So in this week's podcast episode of Up and Vanish, season 1, episode 1 through 3, it talks about a 30-year-old high school teacher who, her name is Tara Grinstead, who suddenly vanished out of nowhere. And one thing that I did note that we kind of are learning in class is how they could have definitely secured Tara's home as a crime scene immediately, because they definitely did not treat her home as a crime scene right away. They did find a broken lamp and later discovered a blue latex glove. So I feel like they could have gathered all this evidence up really quickly. Because, I mean, the blue latex glove could have had some DNA in it. But since they were delayed on collecting evidence, these evidence could have been lost. So I feel like that's another thing they could have done differently. Another thing is that why didn't they check phone records, her recent movements, possible witnesses? Some witnesses were not even checked immediately. So I feel like if they did those things, I feel like they could have gotten more laid into the investigation. When people are not checked in with immediately, they definitely lose their memory of what happened or what they've seen and definitely like make something up. So I feel like they could have checked in with like possible witnesses really quickly instead of like letting it pass time. Another thing that stood out to me is that they let some people that were close to Tara, they were cleared too quickly. I feel like even if it's like someone really close and they know they're like, for example, like a best friend or something, they definitely should have looked more into it because they still can do something to you. Another thing is that I think since it's a small town, there's definitely going to be gossip and rumors, and I feel like they definitely were listening to what people were saying, and I feel like that just distracted them from solid evidence. And yeah, it kind of like, I feel like since they didn't have enough evidence, they just kind of pushed the case to the side, in my opinion. So I feel like this is why the case went cold too soon. The investigation lost its momentum. But I feel like they definitely could have done things differently. Especially like securing the crime scene. Like we're learning class on how to like set a boundaries to close up streets and stuff to where you think is a possibly crime scene. Because like I feel like that connects to what we're learning right now. Because like they found a glove. I think I recall they found the glove outside her house. So I feel like they could have checked for possible like forensic evidence outside her house, and they could have closed down. That was in my opinion. But yeah, they did let this case go by for years, and so they definitely lost like evidence. Like people's memories faded, over the years, and like possible witness probably moved away. So the evidence definitely degraded, which with every year that went by, the chance of solving this case became slimmer. So yeah, those were my thoughts for this week's podcast. Thank you.